So, Trump won. What does this mean for the US? Hello everyone, welcome to the Armchair Diplomat. I'm excited to announce that Trump will be the official president of the United States of America. This is good news, very, very good news. The purpose of this video is not to tell you why you should have or shouldn't have voted for Trump. I just want to touch on why I think he won. Yes, I am a conservative myself, and I would like to do debates in the future, but this video is not for that purpose. It's just to get into why Trump won. So the first reason I think Trump won is his podcast appearances. Obviously, I think this played a huge factor, and obviously he was endorsed by people like Elon Musk. I think Mark Zuckerberg even came around at some point. Joe Rogan might have even endorsed him, I think so. But yeah, just showing up to the podcast alone gets you very wide exposure. And I think he gained the respect of a lot of people by showing up and doing long form content. I think the Joe Rogan podcast was even 3 hours long. When do you hear or see a president sitting down for 3 hours and extemporaneously just talking about the time they served as president? It's very good to see. So yeah, that's number one. And then another reason I think he won is because he doesn't take it too seriously. Like throughout the entire election process and whatever else, even during his debates, he's having fun. He's making jokes, doing quick little quips and things like this. This all portrays him in a really, really good light.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
Especially among Gen Zers as well. That's another thing, like the Trump administration or Trump himself. I mean, obviously he's not running the account. He would have other people who are better at that doing it for him. But he posted TikToks, right? Like when Kamala got called out for lying for working at McDonald's, he was right on that. He jumped on the trend. He jumped on TikTok and then decided to work a shift at McDonald's. Like, what kind of president does that? A good one. You never hear of this sort of stuff happening. So there's another reason I think he was appealing to Gen Zers. Also, just like a quick little side note, I think the pendulum is swinging the other way. Like it's gone to the left wing and now it's swinging back the other way. It's not quite over this way. It's not quite to the right, but the culture is starting to become more conservative. And you see it particularly in young men such as myself. I don't know what the statistics are, but yeah, with young men, they're becoming more conservative. I think there is a reason. And I think that's also that also had a huge part to play in terms of why Trump got elected. I have to say, I was at work for 8 hours today. And the entire time I was just thinking about how I'm going to make this video and how Trump is going to win. And I saw at one point that Trump was ahead by 100 electoral votes almost, halfway through. And then Kamala Harris started catching up and I started getting worried. But in the end, I sort of knew that's more thunder. Oh my gosh. In the end, I sort of knew that Trump was going to win. I just knew he had to. He did the correct marketing strategies. He is appealing to Gen Z. I don't know what he's done to appeal to boomers or millennials or whatever else, but appealing to Gen Z, going on the podcast, podcasts like Theo Von and Joe Rogan, that was definitely the way to go in terms of, wanting to win the election. Of course, Trump getting elected doesn't come without its problems. I mean, obviously you're going to have people from the left, whether it's liberal people, progressives, however you consider yourself on the left. They're going to be fighting super, super hard to smear Trump's name, make sure his reputation is damaged. They've done it this whole entire time. Now, I'm not a conservative that thinks the election was stolen or anything like this, but yeah, the left definitely tries really, really hard to smear Donald Trump's name, especially across the media and whatever else. And of course, take my opinion with a pinch of salt because I'm living here in Australia and I'm not experiencing Joe Biden's terrible administration over in the US, and I will not be there to experience Trump's administration, but I think I can provide a relevant and tasteful opinion from afar. I I don't necessarily have to have no opinion just because I don't live there. So, yeah, there's that. Insofar as what this means for conservatives, traditional conservatives, paleo conservatives, whatever it is, if you're on the right, you're going to have to defend Donald Trump's name. Now, obviously, if he does something like unbelievably bad, you know, you're not going to defend that. If he does something you disagree with, you're not going to defend that, because we should all aim to critically think, even if it means going against Trump. You know, I think within the next 24 hours, you're going to have like smear campaigns started. You're going to have articles writing negatively about Trump. Yeah, that's my prediction for the next 24 hours. In terms of like what it's going to look like for the next 4 years, I have literally zero clue. No one can see 4 years into the future. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would appreciate if you guys liked and subscribed. I appreciate you guys watching, and see you later.